What up, Dave?
Hey, Shelby, lovely to see you.
So great to see you.
Things up north.
Things up north. You know what? We've been getting rain and thunderstorms around here. It's been pretty loud in the sky.
Cool.
I am super pumped to have this conversation with you today. It's an important one. I imagine you experience this with a lot of your high-performing coaching clients, and that is fear. Yeah, and we've also experienced it as well.
I've had it a time or two.
Once or twice?
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint anybody that hasn't ever had it. I mean, it's just part of life, you know. And it's actually fears are such a good feedback for us to show us areas where we need to grow. You know, I mean, it's important that we have some fears, and we learn those as we grow up, right? We need to learn there are certain things to have fear from, like, you know, touching this fire with your finger probably should, you know, it might hurt, you know. So there is some fear that is valuable, right? And some that's probably just all here.
Yeah, I like how you distinguished between the two. The fear that's, you know, valuable, be careful of this because there might be an outcome you might not enjoy. But then also, I find a lot of us, and especially, you know, high performers who are really trying to achieve big goals, is the fears that are actually coming up from here that aren't actually going to physically harm them, but are actually preventing them from taking actions in their goals, right?
Completely. Yeah. I've had a couple of clients this week, actually, they were in the same boat. They come because they are having a fear of something. If you really break it down to what's wrong with people, it's a fear of something, either committing to something or fear of failing, or they're not good enough, or maybe they don't think they're smart enough. And there's so many different things that plays out in our heads in each situation. So it's really great to break those down and really get to the root of what really is the fear. And then when you can find the root cause of that, now you can do something with it. You can actually attack it and problem solve it, right?
Yeah. And one thing I think you'll agree on is what we've learned with our style of coaching is that when we ask people, well, what are you afraid of? And they just say, failure or even success or commitment. It's actually very specific, and it's not just this general label. What you are experiencing fear, anxiety, nervousness around, it is very specific, and it's actually coming from a past experience where you may perceive that there was more harm done than good, or you have a misperception around it. And so when anything comes up in your awareness that reminds you of this event in the past, it triggers these emotions in your body to say, hey, you got to protect yourself because, you know, something bad could happen. This reminds me of that thing in the past that happened that was bad that I didn't like, right? So fear is specific.
Yeah. I find that one thing that is helpful is getting super clear. And I know in my life, the more clear I am about what I want or where I'm going, when the fears comes up, it's a lot easier to handle and understand them more when I can see it in a bigger context of what I want to do in my life. And then the fear is helpful because it's giving me great feedback that maybe there's something I must not be quite ready yet to do this. So let's look and see what that fear means. What's happened in the past that's got me to this point that's keeping me stuck. So fear is a really important thing to have, so we can learn how to break through some belief that we've got about our past, so we can move forward.
Yes. I'll actually share my own story. The last 3 weeks have been really challenging. I've been trying to get momentum and take action towards my goals. I'm clear on my values. I'm clear on my vision and what I'd love to create. Yet for some reason, I wasn't able to actually take a step forward in the actions that were going to get me there. And I was kind of swirling for a little bit, trying to figure out what's going on here. And then it clicked. I had this fear of commitment, and the commitment's just a bit of a label. It actually had some subtitles to that. There are very specific fears of feeling like if I took this action forward, I'd actually be stuck with just that outcome and I wouldn't have any other option. So my fear was, well, what if I don't like that? I don't want to commit to that, right? And this was in my business. And so once I was able to identify it, you realize, well, you know, you have options, right? we know that if something happens, it's not just you can only do this. There's a spectrum of things that you can do, but until you're aware of that, you're stuck in inaction and you're stuck in fear. And in my case, a bit of swirling.
Yeah, a little swirling. One quote I love that comes up when I think about fear from Joseph Campbell is, he says that the cave you fear to enter holds the treasures that you seek. I've seen this in my life. The things that I've been afraid of the most, the things I've been afraid of to tackle and afraid to go through, when I got to the other side, offered the greatest learnings and the greatest growth in my life. And so, now when fear comes in, there's a little bit of going, okay, let's see if we can't find out what this is about. Because in my past, there's been some growth. So there must be some really great growth coming. So embrace the fear, but let's look and see what's going on and learn from that so we can move forward. That's a powerful step to be in.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing I'll just share, if this is helpful for those that are watching, how I just started with it was, I'm afraid of, and then I just streamlined, journaled it out. And then as soon as I just really allowed my subconscious to pour through, it was like, boom, that's what I'm feeling the emotions around. So if you want to try that exercise, super simple, get super powerful.
And your energy shifted immediately probably when you did that.
Oh, it did. It did. Yeah. All right.
Great topic.
Yeah, great topic. If you want to hear more about fear or any other mindset for high performance, let us know. We'd love to talk about it, provide some value. Absolutely.
So, how can we get a hold of you if someone wants to find you, ask you questions? Where do we find that?
I'm on LinkedIn, Dr. Shelby Aitchison, or Instagram at Dr. Shelby FC. Where are you, Dr. Dave?
DrDaveTuck.com, basically, and that's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Yeah, so look us up, send questions. If you want topics, specific topics, send it to us. Let's tackle that.
Yeah, awesome. Until next time.